If you go after a immigrant who has a criminal record, you find him at home, his wife is there. She does not have a criminal record. Does she get arrested?
Is she illegally in the United States?
If she's undocumented, does she get arrested too?
Yes, she will be processed, and we'll let the immigration judge decide what happens to her.
You're talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day?
I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything. What happens January 21st? Where do you start? Well, there's three rails we'll start the first day. Number one, we're going to secure the border. Number two, we're going to run the deportation operation. And number three, they'll look for these 300,000 kids. We'll find them too. President Trump's been clear. We're going to prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first because they pose the most danger to this nation. So day one, we're going to be looking for these public safety threats, arresting them, detaining them, and deporting them. And if these sanctuary city mayors don't want to help, then get the hell out of the way because we're coming. We're doing it.
We thought they weren't going to do mass deportations. They've found a way to do it. Now, if you are not just an undocumented immigrant, but also if you're just a non-U.S. citizen, so that includes residents as well, if you commit any number of acts, they can put you in a detention camp and keep you there until your immigration case is resolved, which could take years. And then on top of that, if the state doesn't like how the federal government handles your immigration case, like let's say they are like, actually this person gets to stay in the country, and the state doesn't like that, and they can prove they were harmed by $100, then they can sue the federal government. Which means that at a certain point, the federal government's courts are going to be so overwhelmed by all of these new immigration cases, and then so overwhelmed by the lawsuits against them anytime a state doesn't like the outcome, that essentially the federal government's going to be put in a position where their decisions on immigration cases will essentially be no one's allowed to stay in the country. Now, the important thing to notice here is that it's not deportation. It's detention centers, which are going to turn into detention camps. And, fun fact, slavery is outlawed in America unless it's punishment for a crime. If you have an issue with the fact that 30% of the people fighting the fires in LA right now are unpaid prisoners, get ready to be furious, okay? Because these detention centers are basically going to turn into hubs for unpaid immigrant slave labor for massive U.S. corporations. And to the people who are like, well, they might as well contribute to society by doing some work. Hey, dum-dum, that doesn't make prices lower for you. It means now the immigrants will be taking your jobs because they can get free labor for the manufacturing instead of paying any of y'all to do it. And it's not going to make prices go down because, as we saw from the pandemic, the number one cause of soaring prices is greedflation, not inflation or cost of production. So they will continue to increase their profits and continue to raise prices for you and give your jobs to these undocumented immigrants who are now forcibly detained, probably unlawfully, in these detention centers.
Now at 6, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sending a clear message to the undocumented community of Florida. The state will work with the federal government to execute incoming President Trump's immigration plan. A local immigration activist is saying the message is a distraction for Floridians. Good evening, I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Jim Berry, in tonight for Elliot Rodriguez. Let's get right to CBS2's Miami's Yvonne Taylor. And Yvonne, you spoke to an undocumented mother who says she is tired of all the threats.
Jim and Lauren, we talked to a mother. She's an undocumented immigrant who basically said that she's scared to the point that she agreed to talk to CBS Miami under the condition of not revealing her identity or saying where she lives. But she basically wants to open up about what her community is feeling at this moment.
I hear what he's saying. Very disappointed.
This woman, who asked us not to show her face and who we will call Sarah, is reacting to what Governor Ron DeSantis said Monday from the Tallahassee Capitol.
We've got to make sure that we're there as a willing partner with the Trump administration to be able to accomplish what the voters sent President Trump to accomplish.
And that is President-elect Trump immigration policies.
Our community are tired to hear all this message. The undocumented immigrants is the one who go to clean the nasty, all the dirt and the mess after hurricanes. He know that. He know the undocumented workers are the one who clean the state after the disasters.
Everybody who's in law enforcement, state and local, They need to know you have responsibilities to help facilitate this important interest for our country. We'll provide you funding for it.
The newly elected sheriff in Miami-Dade County released this message Friday before the governor spoke.
As a long-established and standard practice, I will continue to assist all of our local, state, and federal partners when they request our assistance in matters within our jurisdiction. Furthermore, my deputies will arrest anyone who has committed a crime, regardless of their immigration status.
Sarah, are you going to be hiding now?
I cannot live in hiding. I have, like I said, I have 2 teenagers who need me here. I have to keep going. I have to get up every morning, work.
According to Ron DeSantis, immigration is a priority.
The American people spoke very clearly of all the issues out there, and there were a lot of very important issues. This issue of the border and illegal immigration was one of the top issues in the 2024 election. And
So the governor of Florida is going to be asking for that special legislation on January 27th, when he's actually going to be asking for funds for local and state law enforcement. Sarah tells me she is relying that one of her children, the one who's going to turn 21, will request her so that she can have a legal status in the U.S. Meanwhile,
We're going to take steps to secure the border.
President-elect Trump's incoming border czar Tom Homan tells us mass deportation will include workplace roundups.
Are we talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day?
I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything. We're going to protect the national security of this country.
ICE agents have told us they prioritize arresting undocumented immigrants with criminal records. Critics have asked, what about undocumented family members?
Will there be collateral arrests?
Yes. It's not okay to be in this country illegally.
He's also promising to close Panama's Darien Gap, which migrants cross on the way to the U.S.
We want to shut the Darien Gap down.
Would you work with the Panamanian government? Would you send the U.S. military to shut it down?
We're always going to work with the foreign government. But it needs to happen. We're going to save thousands of lives.
At a shelter in Tijuana, Mexico, we found worried migrants struggling to schedule initial asylum screenings on the Biden administration's phone app, an app that Homan now wants to eliminate.
Creating programs to allow thousands of people in this country a week that we don't properly vet and that we know don't qualify is not the answer.
Homan's also working on creating a hotline where Americans can report undocumented immigrants who've committed a crime.
Shalom. Call halal YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful lake scattered abroad. And I don't want to make this too long. All right, shalom to 144,000. But I read this article at camp, and the Spirit jumped on me to go into this real quick. It says, Trump's incoming border czar says mass deportations will include workplace roundups. Okay? It will include workplace roundups. All right? It will include workplace enforcement operations. Homan also said the administration is planning to close the Darien Gap. So, hey, man. All this is the fire turning up. The Lord is turning up the fire, coming into Jacob's trouble. Well, we're in Jacob's trouble now, but it's about to be more trouble. All right. And this isn't just another reason for them to persecute you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. Okay. Because they're not going to go for any of these, any of these other nations, all right, and treat them the way they're going to treat you Jakes, when this time comes, all right. And as you've seen in the post-production, people are getting, anxious, all right. It's only a matter of time before this thing really turns up, and it may very well lead to a civil war, It's only to civil war. You're going to be breaking up homes, man, taking children away from their parents, or parents away from their children, you name it. All right. He said, he spoke about deporting families as well. So we see in these last days what the Lord is doing, and He's about to really crank up the fire coming into that time of Jacob's trouble and all hell breaking loose, man. All right. You got this guy Trump about to be in office or whatever. I believe that's Monday. And, you know, she asked him, she said, or the guy asked him, he said, are you guys going to do this on Inauguration Day? And he said, we're not going to tell you what we're going to do, but, you know, they're going to be working, to say the least. Okay, so as soon as this guy get in office, that, hey, the Lord's going to put a demonic spirit on them, and they're going to turn up. Okay, so let's grab a few precepts real quick, just going into this point, because we know what this all leads up to. Let's go to Luke chapter 11, verse, let's go to verse 17. In the NLT, it says, he knew their thoughts, so he said, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed, and this country is divided. Okay, this country is definitely divided. All right, which will lead to a civil war. All right, and we in this time where we're going to see it with our eyes, where we're going to experience this in our lifetime. Okay, because you can have people out there protesting, you know, people, you know, those protests might get violent, and Esau gonna come out there, and, you know, all hell could possibly break loose, leading to more hell and more hell and more hell. It says any kingdom, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A family splintered by feuding will fall apart, right? A family splintered by feuding will fall apart, and this American family is feuding right now. Okay, you know, you got you know, these migrants, it's like illegal immigrants here, so called, in which they take up a lot of the workforce. So this is just going to cause this place to go into a deeper economic collapse. All right, because if you don't have workers, you don't have any money flowing, you don't have any business, this place is going to shut down, man. Okay, like you know, a lot of that farming and agriculture is done by these illegal migrants. You know, not too far from where I live, there's strawberry fields, and in those strawberry fields you have undocumented migrants that are here, you know, on paperwork, you know, and they pretty much allow them to come here just so they can work. All right, that's how diabolical this man is. But at a drop of a dime, he's ready to deport you. It says, you say I am empowered by Satan, but if Satan is divided and fighting against himself, how can his kingdom stand? That's like his kingdom survive. Right, and you know, you got these Edomites, you know, the liberals versus the Republicans, and, you know, it's just you know, these people got demonic spirits on them, which is going to cause more, you know, chaos and destruction. There was a picture the other day I saw of a truck with a machine gun on the back of it, mounted on the back of it. There was also another article I heard about a military base that got robbed. Okay, so they going and taking stuff out of military bases. Why? Because everybody knows something is coming. Everybody know we're coming into the time of pure uncertainty. Okay, might be pure hell and death and destruction. I want to go into this word Czar. Okay, because they call him the border Czar. It says it says, okay, they're just kind of telling you where it's from. They don't tell you what it is. Yeah, they're not really saying much. It says, let's grab this. It says a person with dictatorial powers. So yeah, man, this guy has the power at that border. All right, and what he said goes. You know, they don't have any remorse for you Jakes either. Okay, it says an emperor, a ruler, a dictator, Caesar, which shows you that this is Rome all over again. It says became dictator. It was used as a title of emperors down in Hadrian. The name is uncertain origin. Pliny derived. Well, that's the point. Look, it says title of the Emperor of Russia. You see? So, you're right. You know, that's and that guy's spirit, you can tell he, you know, he's racist as hell. He don't care about none of you Jakes. And like I said, this is just another reason for them to come down with that wrath upon you Jakes. It says, Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And they know their time is short, so they're trying to get this, you know, take full control of this country before they completely lose it. You know? And I got a coworker at my job, he's, you know, damn nigga, man. He a nigga, but he run around the whole job because the majority of the job is full of Northern Kingdom. Okay, and a lot of them are probably here either on papers or undocumented. He's going around, you know, bragging about how January 20th, you know, he said he's going to pull up in a big old bus and start rounding people up. And, you know, he's laughing about it, but he's dead ass serious. You know, these people have a disdain. But what I noticed as well, too, is that my coworkers, you know, they're not looking so happy. You know, they're not looking happy. They're looking a little on the edge. They're looking nervous. And I found out that they're moving around positions because a lot of the people that are in those high positions, that are probably, you know, undocumented, they're, you know, it's like they're expecting something. They're expecting, you know, people to either leave or be taken or something, man. All right, so when you hear this devil talking about workplace roundups, they're not playing. Okay, they're gonna start actually showing up to your jobs. You know, they're gonna have a whole enforcement team for that to show up to your jobs and, you know, check everybody's information. It reminds me of a movie. I forgot what it was called. It's on Netflix. They came out with a part 2 not so long ago, but it has superpowers. And you know, the law enforcement will come, you know, on the jobs and pretty much take anybody who was using their powers. Well, they're gonna do the same thing, except if you're, you know, don't have your paperwork, you know. And this is just gonna be another reason for them to bring out that implant too. Okay, another reason for them to bring out that implant and tell you got to take a charagma so we can identify you. Everybody has to be identified. Somebody was talking at my job saying how in 2025 you got to have a so-called real ID, which they want to make your IDs digital. You know, putting it into a database where, you know, where you can scan something, and, you know, we know because of prophecy's sake, your ID is going to be on that MOTB. Okay, your social security number. Okay, your everything. It says Revelation chapter 12 verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahawashi Mashiach. Right. Salakia. Salakia. So Esau is getting ready to make war. Okay, they're getting ready to make war. That's why they're talking about, you know, this border czar. All right, because really they're about to shut this place down, and America's going to be a prison. America's one big prison camp. All right, they want to fully control who comes in and who goes out. All right, they want total control of that, man. They're about to lock this place down. All right, they're really about to lock this place down, and we're about to see it in our lifetime. Okay, in this lifetime that we're in right here, we're going to see, you know, terrors beyond comprehension. And this is why the Lord put the Spirit in us to come out here and tell you these things first and foremost. Okay, before they come, prophesying unto you, because when it comes, it's going to be too late. It says Jeremiah chapter 30. Verse 4, it says, and these are the words that the Lord Yahawah spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. And don't get it twisted, it's not just Northern Kingdom they're coming for, but you're coming for you Southern Kingdom too. You know, you got Benjamin here, you know, you got Levi. I did a video a few months back. You got Levi, Levi coming over here on boats, you know. Jake came over here on boats and, you know, just came into the country. So they're going to be looking for you. Like I said it before, I heard of a few people that's trying to leave. They're trying to leave and come back and do it the proper way, because once you get deported, there is no coming back. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." So we heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. There is going to be no peace out here, man. You think this is going to be a smooth transaction? Smooth transactions? No, people going to start, bucking up against this man, going crazy. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. People, it's going to be protests and all that stuff, man. We're going to see. All right, we don't know for sure, but we shall see. But the Lord is definitely stirring the spirit up right now. All right. It says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." Because it's going to be, first it's going to be, you got to come with us. And then it's going to be, if they disobey, shoot. And then it's going to turn as just start shooting them. Okay. This is the time that we're coming into Jacob's trouble. Okay, as they say, if it's brown, put it down. Okay, these people they have no remorse for you, Jakes, man. And like I said, this is just another opportunity for them to come after you, Jakes. All of us as a whole, really. And these roundups, you think they ain't gonna come for the dissident ones as well? Anybody that's speaking against this system, Trump's gonna label that as, oh, Trump said too. If you speak against these small hats, that's treason or something like that. He said, man. All right. So the way they're about to spin this is going to blow your mind. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." You see? So we coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. You're going to be in trouble. And this is why the Lord put the Spirit on his men to come out here and warn you. Okay, so you can repent and the Lord will be saved, but the majority of you are not going to repent and you're not going to be saved. All right, let me grab this too. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel." And that's us. We are those watchmen. We're constantly watching. We hear about these things. We're going to report on them and let you know what's going on. Get ready. Something's coming. What they said. I believe that's Monday. Let me see. Just so I'm sure about it. I just want to say something. Yep, the 20th is on Monday. All right, so you got a few days here. All right, a few days. It says, "Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life." We're telling you this in order to save your life, that you repent, come back to YAHAWASHI, take the Lord seriously, because the times we're coming into, it's not going to be peaches and cream anymore. It's not going to be sweet home Alabama, good old America. What they say, God bless America. There ain't going to be no, you are going to see Satan in the streets, man. You're going to see the devil running up and down these streets, man. Watch those Purge movies. It says, and one thing in particular that they said about those Purge movies too, I think it was the first one. They said how they came for people who had outstanding debts. And Jake, we all in debt, But they came for them who had them outstanding debts, and then they said any criminals as well. If you're a criminal, they're going to come for you too. An illegal immigrant that's a criminal. So that could be something as simple as a traffic ticket. Whatever reason, It says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand." So it's our job to warn you of what's to come, so that your blood is not required at our hand. Because if you're going to keep being wicked, just being niggas, you're going to find out the hard way. "If thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered our soul." And it's like if thou hast delivered thy soul, and that's what our goal is too, is that we could be saved in our families, So we're going to tell you this. It says again, "When a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. because thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, that the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul. Right, and that's the whole point why we're doing this. We're telling you this man is about to come down with wrath, to wake up, snap out of it. Okay? And who knows what kind of technology he got, too. Because, hey, one thing about it, man, if you're, if you don't have papers to be here, you don't have rights. So they can do whatever they please to you, really. Let's grab this. Like I said, this is going to make it's going to be a reaction, a chain reaction behind all these things. There's a chain reaction behind everything. All right. So people going to start, it says, oh, and they didn't forget to leave out at the end of that video. They said how he's making a hotline where you can call to report people, and I went into it with the whole, that I believe that's Minnesota or something like that. One of those other states or those counties where they're, talking about plans to give people $1,000 to tell on people. So that's going to be a whole nother thing. The guy at my job already told me how you going to tell on everybody. I feel like I'm a little stuffy, but he's saying how he can't wait because he getting everybody up out of there. You got a lot of people in that spirit, man. The Lord is stirring up these people's spirits right now. And people who you least expect going to be the ones to turn on you. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse, it says, I'll get right to the point. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Yeah, these people come. They coming with guns. They're not coming empty-handed. They're coming with guns. Okay? It says, one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. And this guy Trump, man, he's causing problems with everybody. He's talking shit to Canada. He's talking shit. He's talking about he's going to make the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America. He's talking about when he get in office, hostages ain't returned over there in the east. He's going to, he said all hell is going to break out. Okay, and then they're making war with the people on their own land. Okay. It says, and there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So it's going to get so bad out here, people ain't going to give a damn. They're going to start going buck wild, man. It's going to see what the elites want is they want this country to fall into chaos. That just gives them a reason to, bring in the next step, bring out martial law and start really, picking people off. And they're going to try to come for the men of the Lord. That's another reason I'm doing this video, too, for you brothers and sisters out there. Even though you may, be a so-called American citizen, you can't trust this devil, man. If he's somebody, he's finna start doing roundups, yeah, he might round you up, too, and use the excuse of, oh, you're an illegal. And the whole time you're not. You see? Because they know who we are. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, people that's desiring to come into America, this great big city of America, they're not going to be able to. They shutting that off. That's why they said they're going to stop the Darien Gap, and people are trying to, get into, they're overloading the government website for the Biden program to get in here. But that shit that's done. Okay, that's done, man. All right, it's over with. It says, and really you people going to come to find out that it was better the way you was at than to be over here, because America is prophesied to be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? If you got illegal immigrants here, and supposedly they're criminals, guess what? They gonna do whatever they can to get away. They might come in your house, be hiding in your house for a week, got you tied up. In the basement, they hide in your house for a week. pretending to be you. You're gonna see some stuff out here, man. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." And we come into a time of great tribulation, man. Okay? So repent. Get right with YAHAWASHI. Verse 26 says, "For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction." Right? So if you are offending YAHAWASHI, this is going to be a part of his judgment. This is going to be a part of his recompense. "For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him." And you got Jakes who he told this truth to, and they, flare their hand up. "Oh yeah, y'all niggas crazy." I had Jake tell me a few times, "I don't want to hear that Bible shit." All right, well, nigga. Yeah, so that's the point. That's the point, man. All right. Yeah, I won't make this too long. You get the picture, though. All right, yeah, but we in that time, man. We in that time. This man, he say he gonna come for, workplace. He's gonna start doing workplace roundups. Okay? And I don't think he playing. All right? I don't think they playing, man. All right? They're not joking. They're not playing around. And look how red he is. They say they white, but look, his shirt is white, but he's red. And the devil is truly about to show their horns. Let's play this again. I'll close out. Shalom. Coming Shara, Baba Bar, Prince, let's be edifying to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
We're going to take steps to secure the border.
President-elect Trump's incoming border czar Tom Homan tells us mass deportation will include workplace roundups.
Are we talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day?
I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything.
Let me say this too. I was going to add the video in the post-production, but I'm probably not. It was an article I seen down here in Florida. You have Ron DeSantis. He said how they're going to fully, follow the Trump's orders and stuff for the deportation. And you had a woman come on there and said she had 2 teenagers that need her here. She ain't want to show her face or say her name, but she pretty much was pleading, saying how pretty much saying that they're afraid. All right, they're afraid, man. Jake is afraid because they know that this devil ain't playing. And maybe I might just put it in there, but just in case I don't, But yeah, we in this time, man. So the temperature is rising.
Protect the national security of this country.
ICE agents have told us they prioritize arresting undocumented immigrants with criminal records. Critics have asked, what about undocumented family members?
Will there be collateral arrests?
Yes. It's not a...
You hear that? Will there be collateral arrests? So they're going to, they say whole families can go together. They don't give a damn, bro. This is the devil the Bible speaks of. This man is about to show out. All right, and he can't wait. They can't wait to express themselves.
Okay to be in this country legally.
He's also promising to close Panama's Darien Gap, which migrants cross on the way to the U.S.
We want to shut the Darien Gap down.
And then he asked him, "Are you going to do that? You going to communicate with the government?" He said, "Of course, yeah. We always communicate." No, they don't, bro. No, this is America. No, they don't. And what if you do communicate and they say no, they're not closing it? They're gonna make them close it. All right, they're gonna go in there and close it. So yeah, we in this time, and they're also talking about taking the Panama Canal. So this next administration, he was talking about he was gonna make everything better and peace and stuff, but it sounds like he's gonna bring a bunch of hell and war and call all YAHAWASHI for it. We're all for it, man. Okay, we're all for it because we know what time it is. We know what the Lord is doing on the earth. We know. That this is going to lead to our salvation at the end of the day anyways, and this man's downfall. So call on YAHAWASHI for that, It's got to look like Elmer Fudd, This is Esau's last hoorah. So trust in YAHAWASHI, remain true to YAHAWASHI, and endure until the end. Okay, whatever situation we find ourselves in these last days, just endure. Just endure. It ain't gonna last forever. But that being said, I'm gonna say shalom, kwame shalom, blah blah blah.